So you have a gash in your arm, but it doesn't really look like it's a wound. What do? We color it, and this is where art skills come into play. Oh dear. This is where art skills come into play. Because we're going to talk about color, depth, and all of that good stuff. So here I have some grease paints. I love grease paints. And I use a Q-tip to apply them just like I do with every other supply that I have in my box of nasty, nasty old supplies. Anyway, so today we're gonna make this gash look like it's bleeding. I like to start with my darkest color first, and this we're gonna take this black paint and we are going to just shove it up under these flaps, which are just tissue paper and liquid latex layered, which you can see how to do that in this video, in whatever corner, because I'm not going to do the math to figure out what corner. There's a corner and it has a card. You can click that. Anyway, so I'm just going to start by grabbing up some of this grease paint, right? And we're just going to shove it right in. And this gives the illusion of depth. See, now it looks like there's a hole. It's not just flaps of... My skin isn't peeling. Now it actually has a gash in it. And I'm just gonna make sure that it's fully covered. It doesn't have to be really thick. Like, I don't know if you can see it, but it's not like pure black. It's more gray, and that totally works. Because then what we're gonna do is I'm gonna come in with this, this red grease paint. It's very, very dark red. And come in with that, and I'm just gonna add that to it as well. Ooh, this looks so gross on camera. More red. And so basically now I've layered it up, and it's not pure black, it's like a really, really dark red. But that's okay, because that's kind of exactly what I want. Now, if I look into my box, I have vampire blood and this really oh my gosh, I should get new supplies. I really should. This is, what is it? Bloody scab. Basically, it's vampire blood, but it's thickened up so you can do congealed. I feel like this isn't gonna work very well because it's very old. So usually it's a little bit more runny. Right now it's just like, it's not. It's not runny at all. So now that I've done that, I don't really have any other reds, so I'm gonna work with what I have. Usually, and I don't know where it is. Yeah, I don't know where it is. I have a lighter red somewhere, and so usually that's what I would use for this. But basically you're just gonna try and do some of the red along the edges of the skin, because if you have a cut, the skin will be irritated, and so the edges of where the cut is, where the cut goes, will be irritated and red. Since I don't have that, I'm gonna use my vampire blood. We'll see how good this works, seeing as it's very, very old. I'm gonna squeeze a little bit. Oh yeah, this will be fine. Look at that. Okay, so I'm just gonna squeeze a little bit into the cut itself, and I'm gonna grab my last Q-tip, kind of just dip it in, and hit the edges of my cut. So this makes it look redder, more irritated, which it should be. It's a cut. A little bit more. Alright, nasty, nasty. It's looking awesome on camera. I'm very excited about this. But yeah, so then I just now it looks irritated, which is awesome. This is looking so good. I'm so excited. Okay, now that I've done that, what I would normally do is I would take some of my bloody scab. Wow, loud car. I would take some of my bloody scab blood, and I would, if I remember where I put the dang Q-tip, here we go. I would scoop some of it up. That is not at all gonna work for today. But then I would just kind of layer it in there. See, it's so... It's too uniform. Maybe if I... Okay, maybe I'll try that. Well, it's not gonna stick to anything. Usually I would do that and it would look clumpy, I guess, which is helpful, but whatever. Basically, if this was new and working, which it's not, so I think I might throw it away, it would make it look like I have more texture. It would give this whole texture, which is super cool when it's done right. But basically from here, I'm just adding just a little bit of blood around the edges, and I'm gonna coax it down. And around. And last but not least, pull that up a little bit more. And there you go. Oh no, I've cut myself. I should get first aid. Sorry. Okay, anyway, so you can see that looks fairly gnarly. I definitely wouldn't like it if it was real. If you need more depth in it, I would soak just a little bit of that same tissue paper and just kind of tuck it down in there to give it more height. Oh, my hands are gonna be stained until I die, basically. Yeah, and then we just like that. That is so gross. Anyway, so that's kind of the basics. Basically, you want your darkest color in the hole itself. You want reds around the edges so that it looks like the skin is irritated. And then you can add your blood wherever you feel it needs to be. And just like that, you have a gaping hole in your arm. And this can be done anywhere, thanks to the dude who's mowing his lawn. Thank you for keeping our town looking so nice. Anyway, you can move this wherever you want. You know, you can put it on your face, you can put it on the back of your hand, your arm, you could do it on a leg, you know, anywhere that you have a surface that you can layer your latex on, you can do this nasty little cut. Hope this kind of helps explain how we color the prosthetic, which is the latex. And you can do that with like a store-bought prosthetic too. The same principles apply. But yeah, anyway, hope this helps. Hope this is useful in your future. Thanks for watching. See you guys next time.